In the U.S., at least 4% of death row inmates are innocent, which is double the percentage of those who get freed from death row. With 2,500 inmates on death row currently, that estimates to be about 100 innocent citizens sitting in solitary confinement waiting for execution. While in comparison to the hundreds of millions of people living in the U.S. this number may seem insignificant, there should absolutely never be an innocent person condemned to death in a country where everyone is innocent until proven guilty. Along with this disturbing condemnation, those who are on death row are almost all trapped in solitary confinement for decades before their execution. Solitary confinement is a method of holding prisoners in a small cell for 22 to 24 hours a day and can result in major mental health problems. That is why I believe that we need this bill to help alleviate the problem. A bill to require that death row subjects undergo professional psychological evaluation before being imprisoned on death row and humanely executed within the year. This bill is needed to filter and prevent innocent citizens from being placed on death row, ensure serious criminals are given a second chance to change and help the community, and to eliminate the mental health problems that occur with long-term solitary confinement. In society, people do things for reasons that might not be easily understood in court. Serious crimes should be punished, but these criminals should be given the chance for correction and rehabilitation before being confined to a small room that will only worsen whatever mental state may have caused their crimes. Those who are innocent and willing to change will be given the opportunity to prove themselves through this bill that provides mental evaluation and correction to all prisoners who are being considered for death row. Many of those who are put on death row are in solitary confinement for decades before their execution, which is a cruel and prolonged death. This is why those who are proven to be unwilling to change and those who are only a danger to other prisoners when in solitary confinement should be executed within a year to prevent unnecessary expenses and a cruel wait. Once this bill is enacted on the 1st of January of 2022, prisoners who are currently on death row will go through the evaluation process to determine if they are eligible. Prisoners will be given the second chance and the ability to be correctionalized rather than locked and confined into a room of despair. This is beneficial to society because it gives value to every life and helps weed out those who are willing to change and the innocents from those who are past the point of no return. Along with this, prisons and psychological evaluators will be able to learn from the behavioral differences between these different types of prisoners, which will inevitably help prevent unjust incarceration. The Federal Departments of Justice and the Behavioral Social Science Research Departments will collaboratively oversee the guidelines for these prisons. While the Federal Departments of Justice will oversee the conditions of those on death row as well as their humane execution, the Social Sciences Research Department will oversee the proper psychological evaluation of prisoners. Those who do not abide by these laws will be fined and charged for disrupting correctional practice and putting lives at stake, and then sent to court to determine their punishment. In conclusion, this bill will prevent the innocent from condemnation, allow the guilty to have proper rehabilitation, and weed the irreparable out for death row.